What is going on, y'all? Welcome to Joel Friday TV. I am Joel Friday. Welcome to the show. Few announcements before we get started. Hit that like button, smack it. Later, smack down the like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we get the subscribers up and the message out. Do it now. Help a brother out. You guys know how it goes. We are live every Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time and on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Punchy.tv, by the way. And at any point during the show, you can call in at 888-775-3773, 888-775-3773, and we could talk about whatever you want, y'all. It doesn't matter what it is. We could talk about it. Trump, Kamala, dating, whatever. All of it. We can get into it. I'm here for it, and I love to talk about it. So you can call in. If for whatever reason you can't call in, but you still have a question or comment, or you just want to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV. Or you can go directly to the YouTube live chat, hit the super chat button there. I'll read your question or comments live on air. So you can still get in there by going to buy me a coffee. Amazing stuff. What we getting into today? Lord have mercy. We getting into some stuff. Interesting stuff been happening the past week. What time is it? What's the date? It's October 21st. What does that mean? Election time is coming up, y'all. It's right around the corner. And listen, how I feel and what I believe to be true, and this is just me, right, is it's leaning to DT. It's leaning DT right now. Heavy lean on DT. Just for my, I ain't looking at polls. I ain't looking at numbers. I ain't looking at none of that stuff. I'm just like, from my observation, okay? From my observation, it's leaning DT. And you guys know who DT is. Donald Trump, boy. And for just a lot of reasons to me, that just seems evident. I watch these interviews with Donald Trump and Kamala. And I haven't seen all the interviews with Kamala, but like clips and stuff that pop up and stuff. And I noticed with, when Donald Trump goes on there, there's like a good energy about him. And this sounds like a biased take, so take it how you want it, but this is just me observing from it. Is like, there's just like a nice flow of energy, and it's humorous when he goes on to these shows, right? And he still talks his mess, he talks his mess about the competition, about Harris and the people. He does his thing. But there's like a good vibe that's going, right? And I haven't seen all of them, but for the ones that I have seen. And I noticed that with like Kamala's, they're a little rough. Like, I don't know, it's not the same energy. And I haven't seen all her interviews either. I've probably seen less of hers, of course. But I've seen a lot of clips. I follow her on Instagram because I like to see what's going on a little bit, right? And even her own clips that she posts, I'm like, it's more so it's just not the same vibe, right? There's a different vibe with her interviews. But anyway, that's just my opinion. But I have some stuff I want to share with you guys. I thought it just kind of, fun, lighthearted, and then maybe we'll get into some of that real deal, that good, in a second though. And I'll get some calls as well. I see some callers trying to get in there. Make sure you guys get in ASAP so I have time to get to you guys. I appreciate it. Is Joel a millennial? I'm a millennial. Guilty. I'm a millennial for sure. But, oh, shoot. Oh, my IG folks missed that whole little monologue. What a mess. I forgot to start up my IG. And I don't think I'm supposed to tell you guys that. It's not professional. But you get the real on JFTV, apparently. And I learned from the best. Oh, man. That's so funny. Anyway, let's get to some of these clips. This is from, as you guys know, Donald Trump went to Mickey D's and did a little shift. And there was nothing deep about it. It was just like a little thing for the people. And sorry, Instagram, for the late startup. Forgive me. Shout out to the IG chat. I messed up. Sorry, y'all. But Donald Trump was at McDonald's in Pennsylvania. And he just was like, you know, making some fries, cooking some burgers, meeting the folks. And it wasn't nothing deep, wasn't nothing crazy, but it's just a nice to see like a presidential candidate, no matter who it is, just be in a different type of environment. I don't know what it does. It just kind of makes him more relatable. And you get to see him in like a different light. And I thought that was kind of cool. You know what I mean? Him just cooking up some fries and stuff. And I just want to play a little clip from that. And then we'll just keep it moving, you know? Here we go. This is from Instagram, Donald Trump's Instagram. Trump works a quick shift at a McDonald's in Feasterville, if I'm saying that right. Feasterville, Pennsylvania. Here we go.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
Well, I like it all. Medium size?
Exactly.
What percentage would that be?
That's going to be a dairy question. What percentage of medium fries?
Yeah, I don't.
Imagine that being that guy.
Location's a little different.
Yeah.
Physically lowered into the oil. You don't want to burn yourself.
Hold on a second. Imagine being that guy and he's just a regular worker at McDonald's. Imagine that. And all of a sudden, his boss comes to him like, hey, Johnny. I don't know if his name is Johnny. But like, hey, Johnny, guess what? Donald Trump is coming here and you're going to help him do the fries. He's probably like, what the? You know what I mean? Imagine it being Johnny working at McDonald's, just getting by, probably going to college, whatever. And the boss calls him in like, guess what? You're going to be the one to help Donald Trump make some fries on TV. And it's going to be everywhere. He's probably like, he probably passed out for one at first. He probably passed out. And then when he woke up, he was like, what the? And he couldn't sleep for a week. But imagine just being that guy. That's just funny. Anyway.
There you go. And then we're going to hit our fry timer right here.
This is not a normal situation, is it? What a good-looking family. How did you produce those good-looking kids? Oh, they look like they look like they were. How are you?
He said, what a great looking family. How do you produce those beautiful children? And the guy's like, that's my sister. That's a good one. And Joe like, uh-oh, oops.
Thank you. Is that okay? 2024. Oh, you're doing some extra stuff.
Oh, okay, great.
This is all on Trump.
Oh, hold on.
I'm allowed to do that, right? Yeah. You got the salt on it. Never touches the human hand.
Best fries on earth.
Okay?
Yes, thank you. Mr. President, please don't let the United States become Brazil, my native Brazil.
We'll keep it good.
Please.
We're going to make it better than ever, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, Mr.
Compliments
President.
of Trump.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you over there.
Thank you so much.
Are you going to give Aaron Rodgers?
Sir, what's your lunch order?
The people love the man. The people love the man. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Also, a quick note. I thought it was so, kind of incredible that according to him, because I don't know, I didn't count, but when he went back to Pennsylvania, where the first attempted assassination thing went down, where he got shot in the ear, well, when he went back, that man had over 100,000 people there. Do you guys know how much that is? That's insane. 100,000 people in one place. That is absolutely insane. The people love the man. The black folks love the man. I'm telling you. That's why I say, look, I ain't looking at polls or nothing. I'm just looking at I'm just observing. And I'm looking around and the energy is up for DT. The energy is up. So that's that. And then I was also, like I said, I follow Kamala on Instagram too. Mamala. And she was on there too, and she had like some interviews that popped up. And I got this from her actual interview, her actual Instagram, right? So this is not like a, what do you call it? Like a altered video done by Republicans set out to destroy her. It's not like that, right? This is actually from her Instagram that her or her team posted on her social media account, which is the video I'm about to show you right now. Okay? And this is where Harris talks about Donald Trump in an interview with Roland Martin. Here we go.
How does it make you feel when he trashes black cities? So in 2020, he talked about voting in Fulton County, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Detroit. There was a partial recount of Wisconsin, only in Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. The comments that he just made about Detroit basically being a living hell.
Oakland, D.C., Chicago.
Pretty damn ad.
Come on.
Pretty good damn ad y'all dropped out. I actually liked it. Jamel Hill and I talked about it. But again, he's singling out cities where there are significant African Americans, and that's who he's talking about.
Yes.
Black people.
Yes. There's this whole, I talked with somebody once who said, if you just look at where the stars are in the sky, don't look at them as just random things. If you just look at them as points, look at the constellation, what does it show you? So you just outlined it, Roland. What does it show you? That the cities that he picks on in terms of black population or black mayor are both. Come on.
Okay. Listen, I ain't going to talk bad about Kamala, okay? But I do want to just point out that what? And I do also want to point out that it just, and listen, I realize that just because it doesn't make sense to you, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't mean it doesn't make sense. So I realize that. So maybe I'm just not getting it. Maybe somebody else out there would see what she's saying or the things that she's saying, like in whatever, and with the whole constellation thing and the stars, and be like, oh, that's deep. But I don't know. Like, it just don't hit. It just ain't hitting. And I feel like a lot of the talking points that she makes when she speaks feels that same way to me. Like it just ain't a punch. You know what I mean? It ain't a punch. And we could say it's because she's a woman. We could say because she's a liberal. We could say it's because she... So many things. But regardless, whatever you want to put it up to, it ain't punching for me. Maybe it's punching for somebody else. But it ain't punching for me. And that's why we get the right to vote for who we want to vote for. But yeah, it's just two different type of vibes, two different type of energies. Two different type of energies. And those are the things that are evident to me. I just like looking at that part because you know why? Because that part is what I can stand on because it's what I believe to be true. So I like looking at that because it's like my own proof, right? When I look at the polls or when I look at like the numbers or policies and all that stuff or like what they say they're gonna do and not gonna do, all that stuff can't be proven to me, right? And I'm not smart enough to try to go figure out how to prove it. So that's not what I use to make my decisions for the most part, right? I like to just pay attention, just observe, and then try to make sense of it myself, just at face value. How they act, how they move, how they respond, how they treat people, I just like the character part. That way I can lean on that opposed to what they say they might do or what they're supposed to do and blah, blah, blah. That stuff is nice too, but I'm not smart enough for it. So when people were saying, well, what Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that, he said he's going to do that, he didn't do this, or he supports this and he don't support that. And people will say, well, what do you think about that? I'm like, I don't care about that. Don't care. I just care. Is he real and is he staying real? That's what I need to know. Is he real? Is he staying real? Is he standing firm and is he standing firm? Is he tough and is he staying tough? That's all I care about. Because that is what gets the job done. Not these little policies, Lord. They nice too, though. I think they're nice. But listen, I know who I'm going with. Who you going with? November, few weeks away. Maybe less than that. So, anyway, let's move on. Shout out DT and shout out Kamala too. Come on. Shout out. But we rolling with Trump. This black rolling with Trump. Black for Trump. But I'm mixed though. Mixed for Trump. Creoles for Trump. I don't think there's a Creole for Trump yet. Creole for Trump. Creoles for Trump. Right here. Okay. Let's move on. 888-775-3773. 888-775-3773. You can call in. Hake with a super chat says vibes. Right on, Hake. Appreciate it. Hake knows the vibes. Mutts for Trump. Amazing stuff. Let me just check out IG right here because I feel bad because I left IG hanging for like 15 minutes. So let me just see. Let me see what they talking about. Shout out Shout out to the supporters, the major supporters on IG, always in the chat consistently. CG83, Surge Wisdom, these top two in the chat that I see most consistently. CG and Surge. Shout out them. Amazing stuff. Always active in the chat. Hake in the Instagram chat. Shout out. Nick Wash. BK. Shout out BK. Amazing stuff. I had nobody on Instagram. When I first started the podcast, there was nobody in Instagram. Now I got 4. Something like that. I think. I'd take that. And look, people are in the chat talking, communicating. Come on. You got to start somewhere. Started from the bottom. Now we here. So shout out IG followers. Now we're going to get Facebook there too. Facebook's going to go crazy soon too. YouTube been crazy. YouTube been going crazy. But we got to get Facebook up there too. Anyway, let's move on. I wanted to show you guys this, and then I will get to the calls because I want to get this fully out. This is from YouTube. Hold on. This is from YouTube, and this is a little clip about Stoicism and how it relates to dating. And at first I was like, Lord, because these dating experts be on some different type of stuff that I'm not into. And I get it, but it ain't the way you live happily ever after. And so when I seen this, because it's like a little AI type of vibe, when I seen this, I was like, what they gonna be talking about? Because I like Stoicism, right? So I checked it out. And it was some interesting stuff. AI was kind of smart with it. I was like, okay. Hold on. Let me pull it up. And then I was listening to a little bit. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do a little pause and play with my audience today about this. And we'll just kind of give our commentary on it. But this is from YouTube channel called Stoic Tribe. And this is how a real man should talk to women. Right. And hold your horses. It ain't like this cheesy dating type of thing. It's just about how you should speak and conduct yourself. So all the little people that say I'm beta for talking about relationship, you don't have to leave. Stay. It ain't like that. You'll see. Let me switch it over right now. Let me know if you guys see it. You guys see it? Boom. Let's put the volume up. Here we go.
Today we're diving into something every man needs to understand. How high-value men, not just any men, but the real deal, talk to women. Modern dating is full of confusion, drama, and emotional roller coasters. But here's the kicker. High-value men handle it differently. And guess what? They do it with the power of Stoicism. This isn't about playing games, trying to be someone you're not, or pretending to be cool. No cheesy pickup lines, no fake confidence, just pure, unshakable power. I'm going to give you 10 critical ways to talk to women like a high-value man and master conversations by controlling your emotions.
But first, really quick, I want to denounce this language about saying I'm going to give you 10 critical ways to master conversation by controlling your emotions. I don't necessarily like that language there, but that's not what's important in this clip. But I don't like when people try to make dating and talking to people rules. They add rules onto it. The 10 best ways to talk to people, no. You just be led by the moment and you see what to do. You don't have to make it a textbook, a book about it. But as we go on, you'll see that he's making some good points, or AI, whatever this is.
By the end of this, you won't just be a guy who women are interested in, you'll be the guy they're chasing. Modern dating is broken, but we're here to fix that. Stick around, and I promise you'll leave with practical strategies that change the game for you. Let's get started. Number 1. Calm confidence in conversations. Let's start with the foundation of being a high-value man. Calm confidence. If you're reacting emotionally to every little thing a woman says or does, you've already lost. Here's a controversial truth. Women are drawn to emotional control, not emotional chaos.
And to translate emotional control here, what he means by that, he's not saying control your emotions. I think that's a wording thing. It's more so meaning, I take it to mean not being all up in your emotions.
In today's world, where everyone's hooked on social media, validation, and drama, men who keep their cool are rare, and women notice that. When you talk to a woman, never let her see you sweat. You're in control. When she tests your patience, when she's teasing you or throwing some wild curveball your way, stay calm.
Why are ladies throwing wild curveballs, for one? Ladies, stop throwing these wild curveballs. Be regular. I don't like these wild curveballs. Stop that. Anyway.
Reason high-value men thrive in conversations with women is simple. They don't react emotionally. Women aren't just looking for someone who's fun to be around. They're wired to look for a man who can handle pressure. When you maintain your composure, especially in awkward or high-tension situations, you're telling her, I'm not like everyone else. I'm solid. Imagine a moment when you're out with her and the conversation takes a weird turn. Maybe she makes a comment that could throw most men off. If you stay centered, smile, and respond calmly, you've already shown her more value than any flashy outfit or impressive job ever could. When you're in a conversation and feel the urge to explain yourself, justify your actions, or react emotionally, pause, breathe. Let your response come from a place of calm control.
That's facts,
and
though.
Watch how your words carry more weight. Number 2, speaking with purpose. Here's where most men fail. They talk way too much.
Facts.
High-value men don't speak just to fill the silence. When they talk to women, every word has a purpose.
Okay, this is deep though. This is good because men have a habit of, and because we're taught to try to get the prize and chase and please, a habit to say things just to say them. Say nice things just to say them. No, you are to say them because you mean them, for one, and you say them because you see that it's right to say it. And when you do that, it has a way better effect than if you're just constantly trying to get something from the person. And it can still have the right effect, even if it's a compliment, even if it's praising her ego, even if it's stroking her ego, if it's done properly and at the right time and not just for the sake of, then it'll have the right effect. So you don't want to just be running your mouth at all times. Guys can do that. They're running their mouth, trying to impress, trying to look good and all that stuff. That's not necessary. If you're going to say it when you mean it. Anyway.
They don't ramble. They don't flood the conversation with meaningless chatter. They speak when it matters.
Boom.
And they let the silence work for them.
Boom.
This is one of the most overlooked tactics in modern dating, but it's incredibly powerful. Silence, when used correctly, communicates confidence. It shows that you're comfortable in your skin, that you don't need validation or approval from her. And that's rare. In a world where everyone's trying to outtalk and overshare, a man who speaks with purpose stands out. Women are tired of hearing the same lines, the same compliments, the same old routine. Here's a practical example. Instead of telling her how pretty she is, like every other guy does, say something real, something impactful. You have a really interesting perspective. I'd love to hear more. Now, she's intrigued. You've opened the door for a deeper conversation and she wants to share. Practice speaking less. Focus on listening more than you talk. When you do speak, make sure it's thoughtful, meaningful, and purposeful. You'll find that women respect you more when you leave space for silence. Number 3, emotionally detached.
Based.
Let's talk about rejection. Here's where most men fall apart. They fear it, they dread it, and when it happens, they let it destroy their confidence. But high-value men, they don't care about rejection. Why? Because rejection doesn't define them. It's not personal, and it's certainly not a reflection of their worth. High-value men understand that not every woman is going to be interested, and that's fine. When a woman isn't feeling it, they don't fall apart. They smile, nod, and move on.
Yeah. We'll pause on that for a second. For one, we got to add, can't advertise that. But that's interesting. And yeah, I like the fact that those are just simple things that you just learn over time. Also, what I don't like about the dating expert thing is the dating experts, they study how to get women and stuff like that. They study how to get women. They study how to do whatever. And they practice. They go out and practice and all that stuff. And it just becomes like textbook. When in reality, if you're just doing what you're doing, right, and you come across somebody, then you'll be able to say the right things in the right moments. And they'll have a major effect. And that seems the more natural way to go about this kind of stuff. We shouldn't be chasing in the first place. Obviously, when we chase, we end up getting things that we think we want, but that bring trouble. And you want the process to be natural, because when it's natural, it just falls in its course, right? It'll take its course. You still got to each individually work on yourselves so you guys can go the distance. This doesn't mean that you're just going to be able to bam, poof. We're all good. No, the work doesn't stop on yourself, but you're not getting them because you've mastered the skills of talking to people and now you're able to get anyone you want. No, it's not about that. It's about it happening naturally, for one, and for two, you not getting caught up into it and unconsciously, getting into some mess. That's what's important. Not the rules, but the awareness. And when you're detached, and my last thing, I'll get to the calls. When you're detached, he says emotional detachment. I don't like that phrase, but what it really is that you're not caught up in it, right? You're aware of it. And when that happens, you don't have to worry about if the person leaves or they go, right? Because you know why you're there, you know who you are, and you know that if they don't like you or for whatever reason, you trying to convince them otherwise ain't gonna be not right anyway. So being detached is true in what they're saying. This AI person or AI thing is saying it's true. That's the best way, because that way you can make sound decisions. That way you can stand your ground if you need to. That way you can leave if you need to. That way you can see clear. So the emotion's gonna be, the thrill's gonna be there. The thrill's gonna be there. So you can't avoid that. I'm not saying that you prevent yourself from that happening. It's gonna happen, but you just are aware. And in that awareness is where you see what to do despite the little thrills. And the little dating experts, they tell you to make sure you study the woman. Study her. So that way you win. And that's not how you do it. But anyway, buy my course. But dating course with Joel Friday TV. Go to buy my book, Dr. Love by Joel Friday. You can get it. Best-selling author. New York Times #1 hit seller. The Love Doctor on Love, Joel Friday TV. Anyway, all right, let's get to some calls. I'm done. Let's get to Serge out of Texas. Serge, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Joel.
How's it going, Serge?
All is well, man.
Right on.
Real stoicism, man, comes from the spirit. It doesn't even come from any knowledge. That's why it sounds so bad when men of the world be trying to explain stoicism.
Yeah.
It's not coming from the spirit at all. It's intellectual knowledge of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when it's in the spirit, it's just natural, and when it's in the minds of men and from their thought process, it's just so unnatural.
It's so unnatural, man. It's so unnatural. And if you got to go out your way to try to learn how to be better at talking to females or whatever, then you're already lost.
Yeah. Going outside of yourself to deal with what's inside of yourself does not make sense.
Exactly. Good way to put it. Exactly.
Yeah. In that, you kind of naturally, know how, by going within, you naturally know how to deal with everything, including the woman.
Yeah.
Because you went in based on the spirit and not out trying to focus specifically on the woman.
Yep.
And that's what the AI person was doing.
Yeah.
Giving you intellectual knowledge on how to conquer her with her ways. And it's just like, what? Just be, and then you gonna naturally get that. But that's just and I'll land with this. That's just how the spirit of lies, he tries to get us, because it's kind of it's similar to the truth.
Yeah.
Right? Because the man is gone, he's gonna be the head of the woman. So he uses that to say, oh, in order to be the head of the woman, you gotta know these things.
Right.
So he's trying to get her. He's trying to get the minds of the people in darkness because it looks like the light.
You know what? To add to what you're saying, what happens is that perspective is trying to convince the person, the woman, that you are strong enough to be the man, or you are who you say you are, and that's not how it is. You either are or you're not. And you don't try to be that or prove to her that you are that. You just are. And a lot of these things, a lot of these books and stuff and these experts tell you that, you got to show it, you got to be this, you got to do these things as if there's steps to being a man, and there's no steps to being a man.
But when you are that, when you are a man, you know what you're going to say, Joel? When you see the woman, you already know.
Will you obey? Lord. How'd I know? But hey, let me just say, that's funny though. But the thing is that you don't, but listen, if it's real, you won't even have to say it. Oh, she gonna do it. She gonna do it. You won't have to say it.
Just say it. Let's just say it and get it out the way.
No, I'm telling you, she'll see it and she'll be like, wow, I just respect it. There ain't going to be no wondering if. So But go ahead, you can tell her. Go ahead, tell her.
What if you because you got two ends of the spectrum. You can say it, and she act like she agree with it, but she doesn't show it because you didn't have a wait and see. You just took her on her word. But if you don't say it, and she really got a problem with that word, right? And it just don't fit right with her spirit because saying her daddy,
right?
It would be better for you to just know who her daddy is up front. Because if you wait and see on it, that's where the problems will have. Because then later you this is the proper order. So that's why I think that when you're in the spirit of Stoicism, which is the spirit of God, it's the natural Stoicism. You're gonna naturally want to say that because you're not gonna want to waste no time. You're not gonna play at all. Ain't no get to know, because Stoicism is so forward that it can care less what the woman thinks. That's the thing about it.
I know you're not, but here's the thing. This is where I disagree with saying it. Is what happens is if you are, it's evident, and what's actually more evident to her, to the woman, is not words, right? Because they don't, if you say words are just whatever. But what's evident to the woman is what she can see. That's her proof. She needs the proof. Yep. And the proof is in the pudding. So if you say, will you obey, it doesn't mean nothing because she has to see who you are. And trust me, if she sees something about you that, whether it's manly, whether it's whatever she sees, the light in you, which that's really what it is, the light in you, then she's just going to fall in line if she's the right person. And there will be no question will you obey? No, she's obeying. She's obeying. So that's why I'm saying you can ask if you want to, and I'm not saying don't ask. Well, I guess I've said that in the past, but it's not going to make a difference because if you really got it, she's going to obey anyway.
Last thing, and then I'm
going to what do you think about that? What do you think about that?
I think when you were saying it, I said both are true.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I think. I think both are true.
Fair enough.
But so my question would be to that is, you think that it would be better to just do it without saying it?
What do you mean? Do what?
You think it would be better to just be and don't say it?
I think it's just to be. And when you be through your conversations and through your interactions with this person, they will see it if it's there or not. And especially if she's the right person. If the wrong person, they're not going to see it. And that's why typically we have to ask if we're going to ask, because they're not the right person. If they're the right person, they're going to see it automatically. They already see it. That's why they were drawn to you in the first place. That's why they liked you in the first place, because they saw something different about you. They're going to do it, and they're just going to have that respect for you and want to follow you. And you don't have to convince them or teach them to do obey or obedience or nothing like that.
That makes sense, because when you hire somebody for the job, they know what they're coming in for.
Exactly.
But the reason why it would make more sense, though, to just make it clear, because if I'm hiring somebody, I want to make it very clear that they can do the job. So I'm going to ask all the questions and see if they can get the task done. Can you cook and clean?
I got you.
I'm not telling you I'm going to put the baby in. I'm just going to put it in you. Do you live your life? Are you able to get the job done? I need to know, because I don't want to find out later that you can't perform the job. I just, because even if she doesn't perform the job, the real stoicism is you should care less about it anyway. You shouldn't be so into the woman that you're frustrated about. Because whether she says she can do it or not, and she doesn't do it, you shouldn't feel no type of way.
Right.
But pick for the right reasons.
Well, right on, Serge. Fair enough. I appreciate it. I got a bunch of calls here they got to get to, but thank you, man.
Later.
All right, have a good one. Fair enough. Let me keep the calls moving because I'm running. Time is ticking. Let me go to Frederick out of Los Angeles. Frederick, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
What's going on, Joel?
How's it going, Fred?
It's going all right. It's going all right. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all tripping. AI is not going to teach y'all how to control no woman or even how to be a man. You got to have to see the example just like the woman has to see the example in the man. If your daddy ain't showed you, if your daddy ain't showed you, you a lost cause, bruh.
Oh, wait, so if dad didn't show you, so you're a lost cause if dad wasn't there?
You gotta, you might have some uncles or you have to be able to be raised to know, to see the example. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't change your personality to just listen to AI and then go out and be somebody else. That ain't how life works.
Well, what about
your
God?
personality is ingrained.
Where does the light of God fit in there?
We are the light to God. It's about being like AI ain't gonna do nothing but feed your ego or give you insecurities because of what you are not. You know what I'm saying?
But what if AI?
Listen to it.
What if the person who made AI is anointed by Jesus?
Oh my goodness! So what does that mean? That ain't gonna fix you. It's gonna tell you to quit looking for AI for the answers and look to God. AI is not God.
No, there is.
Anytime you start leaning on something like other than God for the answers, you're in trouble.
I'm messing around, but you are making a good point when it does help to have physical
God's gonna
examples.
Embarrass you. He's gonna give you all the
it does help to have physical examples like a father or like a decent uncle or male figures in your life that are like good examples and strong men. But God's still working on you if he wants to. If that's not the case, but it does help for sure.
Without experience, you're gonna keep running back asking, "What's next? What I do next? Now what? Now what?" This time in your life, because it ain't in you. You know what I'm saying?
It gotta be in you.
In you, you can lead. You gotta be knowing where you going, and the woman's gonna see you as such as value. She's gonna do everything not to lose you. That's what makes her submit.
Okay, so then should he ask her to obey? Does he need to ask, or if it's in him, it'll be evident?
No, because he's so focused, and she knows it that he has his pick of a litter. He's so secure who he is. He see how he can talk to other females and still be with her, that he can have his pick because he's not all accepting to what these other women trying to throw him. You know what I'm saying? Because they poor and don't have the value of the one he picked. So therefore, he got his eyes on a bigger prize, and she knows that. So she's gonna submit because she knows she ain't got a thirsty dude.
Without
she got a value man that knows how to treat her and talk to women and keep them at a friend level or at a distance to respect her first. You know what I'm saying? And she's gonna be like, "Yeah, that's what's up. We know how to communicate." But
so she's gonna respect.
You're gonna obey me first? No, she needs the example, just like the man that turned into that man was shown an example to be that man. You have to see it.
You gotta see it. I agree with you there, Fred. You gotta see it, and it don't matter if you ask her or don't ask her. If she don't see it, she can say she's gonna obey all she wants, but if she don't see it, she's gonna be struggling with that.
Just like that bag, they try to hide and act like they got that bag. If she don't see it, she's out of here. You can't hide that bag from her. All right.
Oh, I'm hiding the bag. All right, Fred. I appreciate it. Right on. Let me go to Lord have mercy. Let me go to Kyle out of Massachusetts. Kyle, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
How's it going, Joel?
All is well, Kyle.
I just want to. I'll make it super quick. I've never. I really, honestly, have never had problems with women, like in my life. But I just want to say, like, when I was the most, felt like a beta or something. like whatever, was like my truck had just began to start burning down, and it was like close enough to a building where I didn't know if I should call the cops or if I should call my dad. And I was like panicking, like kind of a P word. And my lady friend, just a friend, like, was like, you know, and then like, you know, and it was fine. The firefighters got it, but you know, like 3 months later, she pursued me still, and she pursued me, not like crazy, like we were friends, and then she like pursued me a little bit, is what I mean. But then like, but like, I feel like I feel like guys like just think about like holding like frame like too much. I feel like it's like.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Just like, just not like try. Like it really is just like trying to be a man like too much or something. Because like, at the end of the day, also, fellas, you got to remember this. I think it's like 3-to-1 ratio of women to men on the planet. So like, it's gonna be fine, dude.
Yeah.
Like if you're 5 foot, if you're 4'6", if you're Joe Rogan's height, just playing. But like it's gonna be fine.
It's the odds are still on your side, man. Even if you short stuff, odds are still on your side. No, I think you make a good point when it comes to trying so hard to be a man. And I had done that at one point. I was trying to like prove myself as a man or like stick my chest out so she would believe that I was tough and all that stuff. But all that stuff is just pretend, and it's kind of desperate. It's desperate to prove to somebody or someone that you are who you want them to see you as.
Yeah, and also the fellas, hey, you know, we're all going through the whole anti-man stuff, so we don't need to be, you know, we're all in this together. Remember that one?
Right.
But I'll leave it there. Thank you so much.
All right, right on, Kai. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right. Nice. Let me go to Z out of Texas. Z, a few minutes left here. Welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Joe. Well, hope your Monday's going well. Am I coming through okay?
Are you on speakerphone?
No, I'm not on speakerphone. I just have been having an issue when I call in lately.
Okay. Go ahead. We'll give it a shot.
You ever have an awkward silence?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, when you have the awkward silence, why not take advantage and before the awkward silence happens, you somehow can take advantage where you're not the one that feels awkward, but the other person is feeling the awkwardness because you take charge of the conversation, right? You take charge of it. And so, like, you're just in charge of the conversation. Does that make sense?
No, I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm confused too now. Because you know what? A dating coach told me this.
Yeah, I don't know. So in
every conversation, there's like gonna be a silent part of the conversation.
Yes.
And so you can anticipate it. You can sort of just know that. And so now that you have the awareness of it, like whenever that comes, you're not gonna be, you're not gonna be awkward. The other person might be awkward.
But what's the point you're trying to make about it?
It's easier to have the awareness of the silence than to like think about it.
I don't quite know where you're getting at.
And you can like, not beat around the bush and not be awkward. And you can, stand up or, you can just do your own thing and not worry about the awkward silence. and you'd be comfortable with yourself.
It's hard to.
I don't know.
It's hard to make sense of what you're saying because the phone is bad. There's a lot of background noise, and I'm not quite sure of the comment you're trying to make. And I'm so out of time. So call me again on this, and maybe I don't know, maybe make it a little bit clearer, and then we can really get into it when I have some more time. But I appreciate it, Z. Thanks for calling.
Thanks.
I got in. I wasn't quite sure what he was saying. The best approach to all things that I realized, and I'm gonna end, is not to be involved in it, not to be caught up in it. And there, people, the question is always, how do I get girls? That's really the question that guys think. How do I get girls, or how do I talk to people? How do I do all that stuff? There's not a lesson. There's not a step that you can take. It's not a step. How do I be detached? There's not a rule that you can follow to be detached. You got to actually be that, right? That actually has to be the case. And when you are doing your own thing, then you just become that way naturally. You become detached. And in that detachment, you're not caught up. And that's what people are attracted to. People are attracted to that, right? But it's not a rule that you can use. You can't read it in a book and then practice it and get it. And maybe that's what the AI guy is talking about, emotional control or whatever. You can't practice that. You have to actually be it. And when you're actually that, then you're not following rules to get the girl or whatever. She just attracted to you naturally because you are naturally that way. You didn't play a game. Nothing. It's just written all over your face. It's on you. It's just on you. And women love to see that. That's what I'm saying. Women love to see that. Men love to see that. Kids love to see that. Animals love to see that. The grass at the house. The rock in your shoe. It's just attractive. It's just an attractive nature. So you don't have to worry about what do you got to do to get this? What I got to do to make more friends? What do I got to do for people to like me? What book I got to read to do that? You don't have to do none of that. Work on yourself, and the rest would just come naturally. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just evident. And that's the best proof. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I'm gone. Great calls. Thanks for the calls. Super chats and all that stuff. I appreciate it. I'm back here tomorrow. It's Monday. So we got a full week of Joel Friday TV. Amazing stuff. I know you guys can't get enough of me. So I'll be back here tomorrow for another show. Make sure you guys tune in. Shout out Hassan in the IG chat. Haas. Appreciate it. Joel Friday TV across the board. 2 p.m. Punchy TV. Brand new episode with me included. And a special guest. A genius. And not the American Anchor Baby genius. Another genius. We're going to have 2 geniuses in one stream. Lord have mercy. You know you can't miss that. Today at 2 p.m. Coming up in a couple hours. Don't miss it. Punchy TV on YouTube. Subscribe, like, and share. Do it now. Oh, we gonna fight. Oh, we gonna fight. All right, y'all. I gotta go. Until next time, bye. Oh, crap. Don't say crap, kids.